All right, what up? Peace, peace, peace. Hope all is well with everybody. Just gonna come back with another video tonight. Yeah, I know it's been a minute since y'all, probably seen me on the couch. I've been on the couch right here. Been a minute, but I'm gonna get into I'm gonna get into the video. But I've been meaning to do this for a while now, because over time, over experience, over past year, past few months, I encountered this. Somebody even need to work on. Like, it's not, scriptures tell us, when you give to the poor, don't make them wait too long, because it's like, because they're in their distress. So it's like, damn, I just had something like this happen. Happened actually last week, man. When you help somebody, or helping the poor, helping the needy, just try to like be on top of it, but different things occur, but just try to not make them tarry too long, so this just been happening to me. It happened to me a few times, um when I did this, man. So when of course, I mean, say, because through experience, I want to just say on like, oh yeah, I get, I don't know, we, of course, Yahushua Christ was, do whatever you do in secret. But I want to go over this topic because this is scriptures that when we do these things, um, how to go about it, basically. So, yeah, that's why I want to put that disclaimer out there. It's not to brag or not to boast or nothing. Like, say, oh, when I do this, I do that, because I'm sure you brothers and sisters do this as well, and that's why the scriptures here. So this is basically protocols, and when we do these things for our people, when we do things for the poor, the needy, the how to go about it, basically. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. So yeah, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 1. It says, "My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long." Yeah, man. So, yeah, it says, don't try, don't defraud Jonathan the poor, and don't make needy eyes, to wait too long, man, because they're down, they're out there in distress, they're in their time of need, going they're going through a rough patch in their life. They're the less fortunate. They're poor, man. So when you say you're gonna do something, or you do something, just try to be on top of it. Do it like you know in haste, like not just try to say, okay, I'm a. You don't want to, this situation. This situation happened to me. You come out to the store, to the bank or wherever, and you come back and they're gone. It's like, well, damn. Then you start feeling guilty. It's like, oh man, I should have kind of been on more top of it. Some things even can happen. Like a line could be long and this and that, but it's still just try to make haste to it. That's why the scripture in there is, because I've been like guilty of this. It's like you come back and then they're gone. It's in this their mind. Then as we read on, I'm gonna get into it. Um, Make yeah, I'm gonna read it again. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to him wait long. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress, man. So yeah, man, don't kick him while he's down. Don't provoke somebody in their distress. Don't do that, because because it's like, because they're already going through right now. So you got this level of patience that you have to have, and um don't make them like sorrowful, or don't like provoke them in their distress. So it's like you have to have, like, understand, like, all right, well, let me go get this, and don't make them, and actually, like, be patient, and with them, even even if they kind of get like a little upset with you. It's not that they're necessarily upset with you, but they're upset. Such, my bad. They're upset at their circumstances, So it's like, even though it's like, okay, well, he probably like he probably is like a little frustrated. The brother or sister that you're helping out a little frustrated. Okay, I understand in their situation. It ain't personal, so just still try to be patient with them and give to them, and whatnot. So in verse 3, it says, "Add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defraud not to give to him that is in need." Oh wait, let me read again. My bad, I got distracted. My bad. It says, "Add not more trouble to an heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need." So yeah, man. Don't don't add more trouble to them in their estate, man. Their brother, sister, that's less unfortunate. This, and then read in verse 4, reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from the poor man. So yeah, man, this don't uh turn your face away from the poor man when we're walking down the street. Just even if I don't even have nothing, this is like, listen, this I'm getting to that a little later, but just like, say like, just look their way, like, listen, I'm sorry, I don't have nothing for you. Just to acknowledge them. Basically, that's what I mean. Turn not the eye away from the poor man. Not to not to just see them be like, all right, no, they not make eye contact because he gonna ask me for something. And even if I don't have nothing, just try to say, hey, I'm sorry, I don't got enough for you, just to acknowledge them. But it reads that verse 5. That's all. Verse 5 reads, to turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him none occasion to curse thee. Verse 6. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, and his praise shall be heard of the man that made him. So yeah, man. So if you there's a lot of people who do give them no opportunity to get the less fortunate upset, man, because he's gonna curse you, and and most high's gonna hear it, like, cause it's like, damn, you're not even gonna you're not gonna try to not gonna give them nothing, like saying, oh well, man, we all got our people, how we get, like, oh man, that's on them, and that's on not that's on them, and that's like listen, man, we all go through stuff like that. Listen, man, but you gotta have some type of sympathy, some type of compassion, for your people, man. So, and I get there's a balance to all this too, man, because that's why the scripture do say, help not a sinner, and help not, So there's a balance. There's a balance to everything too, man. So just don't constantly give, because not gonna constantly give to an alcoholic. It's like, listen, man, the alcoholic or somebody that's on drugs, this is like, you don't do that, because it's like you're only enabling them. It's only keeping them going. So my bad, it's a lot of noise outside. It's kind of making me lose track, but not my fault, y'all. But because you're going to keep enabling them to keep doing it, so it's just not beneficial. So that's why there's a balance to this. But support to the needy, man. Definitely always try to definitely try to do what's required, man. And we know how to do it. Your house I told us do is, of course, in secret, and not to boast, not to record ourselves, and just like other people do that, because they got their reward. But even though that side too, sometimes when I do, it's like, damn, well, there's a bunch of people around, but it's just by happenstance that there's a bunch of people around, and I even feel like that sometimes. Not that you did it out of, most High knows your spirit, knows what your intention is. So not that you did it like to be seen, but if they're out, it's like sometimes I'm among a lot of people, and I might see poor or less fortunate brother, sister there, and I give to them. But it's like a lot of people walking is like, so it's like, damn, well, shoot, like you want to do it in secret, but it's like, but it's just circumstantial. That's just a little side personally, but we of course, most of y'all, myself, most of y'all brothers and sisters would do that if it was like 12 something at night, and the brother or sister was out there, and you would still do that without nobody seeing. So I said that as a side. That's just something personal that that I want to get out, because I don't know. That's been on my mind every time I do that. That scripture comes to mind. It's like, but it's not. It's really not that, because the Most High knows the intention. The Most High knows that y'all would do something like that. With something, but if it was like people around or not people around. But anyway, I'm kind of getting off the point. So verse 6, for if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his praise shall be heard of him that made him. Definitely. All right, I want to drop down to verse 8. Let it not grieve. This is really important too, man. This is really important, but I'm gonna get down to it. It says, let it not grieve thee to bow down thy ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer in meekness. Yeah, man, I was actually just talking about this with a brother last week. Sometimes if you don't have nothing, sometimes that brother or sister one, they just want a conversation. They just want to talk. They just want somebody to talk to. They just want somebody, to acknowledge that they're an actual person. They're there, man. Especially with our people, man. It's just like, yo, like, through my experience, sometimes I might not have anything to give them, but sometimes you just talk to them. They just say, they'll be like, okay, like, thank you. Even though you didn't give something to me, you just gave me. I appreciate you talking to me, because sometimes people just need somebody to talk to. I'm sure y'all brothers and sisters, and other people I know did that too, man. Because that's really key. There it says, "Let it not grieve thee to give down the ear to the poor, and with a friendly answer and meekness." So yeah, that's why it says give scripture say give cheerfully. Yeah, man, that's really big, man. Because they was really most of the time. Well, not yeah. Most of the time, they just want the conversation as well, man. It's like try to get to know them, of course, as much as you can, because and then you might run into them again, and they know you by name. It's like, and you build a rapport, because that's what that's what following the steps of Christ, man. That's what we required to do, man. So yeah, man, that's definitely big, man, because a lot of times they just want a conversation. They don't even like if you don't have nothing, like, yeah, they'll be like, okay, that's fine, but just go like talk to them. Then they'll because they do shoot. You probably might be the only person they got to talk to, man. Yeah, and you might see them around here and there. Might run into them again. So yeah, it says I'm read verse 8 again. And it reads, "Let it not grieve thee to bow down thine ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer, and with meekness." So yeah, man. So definitely, man. That's definitely true. Let's get Proverbs. Let's get Proverbs 28. Proverbs 28. No, 21. Then we're gonna read on. This wasn't part of it. I got precepted now though. This one. Alright, so it's Proverbs 21 and let's get 13, and it reads, "Whoso stoppeth his ear at the cry of the poor, he shall also cry for himself. But he shall wait. Let me read that again. Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he also shall cry himself, but he is not be heard." So yeah, man, that's going to sorry, I'm about to drop my apocrypha, but yeah, that's going into like, if you don't you stop to hear the poor, or hear the cry of the poor, or listen to the poor, or listen to the less fortunate among you, then you can end up in that state. That's why I was always growing up. My mother, my parents, they always, my mother especially, always told me this. It's like, no, that could be you one day. So never make fun of the poor. Never do that. Always treat them with the same, yeah, that's what my parents always said. That always treat them with the same, level of respect, man. Definitely, man, because that could be you, man. That's what Solomon is getting at here, man. So it so reads, "Whoso stoppeth his ears at the cry of the poor, he shall also shall he also shall cry himself, but shall not be heard." So yeah, man. So definitely, man. So that could be you, man. So yeah, if you cry when you're going through something, if you stop in the ear for a poor, you're not even going to be heard. You might, that's basically saying the same thing. Like, that could be you. It's like, well, listen, man. That's powerful right there, man. That's basically saying same thing. Right there as verse 5 and verse 4 in the Sirach, verse 4 and 5, basically saying the same thing, man. As I read these scriptures, man, Asad, man, Sirach, man, he was just like heavily inspired by Solomon, man, because they damn it, certain scriptures, they damn it saying the same thing, man. So the Apocrypha is definitely canon, man. That's just that's a little side. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud, but let's get Proverbs chapter 28 and 27. And it reads, "He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. My bad. I'm gotta read this right. My fault, y'all. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. So yeah, man. So yeah, so if you hide your eyes from the poor, and not even want to give to the poor, now you want to acknowledge him, man. Yeah, man. So it says he it's gonna be like a curse to you, man. And that's a lot of our people, man. Just like don't even like clowning them and stuff like that. It's just like recording them. It's like, yo, you don't do something like that, man. It's like you don't do nothing like that's cold. That's damn it. Yeah, that's cold to do, man. Like just sitting there, or the mentally ill, because those are under that, like those curses that when the Lord said He'll strike us with madness, man. A lot of our people, they record that, and that's just not cool. You don't do that, man. You don't do that, man. So, but yeah, I'm gonna read it again. Verse 27, Proverbs 20:27. He that giveth unto the poor shall not lack, but he that hideth his eyes shall have many a curse. So yeah, man. But let's get there. I want to go into the first part of it. He says, "He that giveth to the poor shall never lack," man. Because the Most High is going to keep blessing that brother or sister. That keep blessing you with that. That income. That for financially, because He knows what you're going to do with it. You're not going to be like the rich man. That Yahushua was talking about. That's why I went into that when I went and made that video. Christ was getting at in that video was that it was like the man or the person that's in love with the money, not the person that has money. That's why I'm forgetting which verse, it's in Ecclesiastes. He says whether it be rich or poor, all fear the Lord. That's what's most important. So that's what Christ is getting at when He's talking about rich man can't enter into the kingdom. So because you can be rich and of course fear the Lord. So that's not what Christ is getting at. He's getting at people like this. He's getting at in the spirit like this, like ones that that's in love with the money. That's you're not even gonna give it to the poor. You're not gonna give nothing to nobody, man. You're not gonna give nothing poor. Even Tobit says, just if you have little, give little, man. That's all good. Most High understands that, but that's all. But in the beginning part of verse 7, it gets into it's not gonna lack, because the Most High is gonna give that person, that brother or sister, whatever, money. Keep giving them money to, because He knows what they're going to do with it. He's that they're going to handle what they gotta handle, and or have a business that they're gonna invest in, or have whatever. But they still gonna give to the poor. They're still gonna give it to less fortunate of their people, man. So yeah, man, definitely, man. So let's get Psalms chapter 34 and 6. Yes, Psalms 34 and 6. My bad, I'm looking at different because these precepts wasn't a part of it, but I precepted them with the certain scriptures I read. So yeah. So my bad, y'all. This I know it's a little I don't really usually do these videos too late, so I'm kind of, I don't know why. But let's get Psalm 34 verse 6. It reads, "The poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and his face and their faces were not ashamed." No, my bad. I'm bringing my fault. I'm in the other Bible. These words too small. My fault. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, man. The Most High heard, here's the poor man. Here's the poorest people, and He could save him out of that. Actually, let's get that very quick. He can give. Let's go to Samuel real quick. First Samuel chapter 2 and 8, and reads, "He raiseth the poor out of the dust, and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, are the Lord's. He hath set the world upon them. Yeah, man. So the Most High can give the poor out of His estate, man. You never know, man. The poor that might be, among you, man. You never know. Like angels unawares, man. So that's really important, man, because you never know who you entertain, man. You never know. So that's why it's so important to give to the poor, man. Not saying every brother less fortunate brother or sister you meet is an angel, but yeah, man, you actually never know, man. So that's why it's important not even to turn your eye from the poor, because you know that brother or sister, brother or sister that's poor, that might actually be an angel. It's like, okay, well, my report to the Most High, like, okay, listen, your servant did, you know, he did give this to me. Wow, so he's going to continue, man. So because you never know who's who, man. That's why entertaining angels on the word, man. That just popped in my mind too, man. So um, yeah, man. So that's really I really want to let's get in Oxford right now. Get to Oxford. I'm gonna read these scriptures in Oxford right quick. My bad, y'all. I really don't. I know my flow's a little off because I don't do these videos this time. I don't do these videos this time, but you know, figure I had to, some time. Nice. Right here. Let's get it. It's the actual. Let's get it. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse. Where did I start at? Yeah, verse 1. My son, verse 1. Yeah, I'm tripping. My son, do not cheat a poor person out of his livelihood, or keep him waiting with his hungry eyes. Do not tantalize one who is starving, or drive him to desperation in his need. Yeah, man, because definitely, man, because that, I get that. That's a bad feeling, man. When you be in there, trying to get food or money to the poor, and you come out and they going, it's like, because now now in their mind, they could just like they could curse you, you could come a curse, they could curse you, or like and or they be like, this person, he's bullshitting me, he's not gonna do what I do, or what he said, not what I do, what he said he was going to do. So he was just he just gave me the okie doke, like, okay, yeah, I'm do it. Then he walk like, no, I'm not gonna do it. That's in their mind. That's how they thinking. Like when you don't, when you take too long to give to them, man. So and they could, and that can be hurt, But the Most High knows that you're what you're going to do. But that's why this is like the scriptures in here. But try to make haste to it. Try to do it like accordingly. So that doesn't even happen to like that, man. So yeah, man, because I hate when that happens, man. That's just it's like feeling like, damn, I really was going to do it, but now the person's gone, so he thought I was like bullshitting them. So yeah, but let's get verse 3. If someone is desperate, do not add to his troubles, right? Or keep him waiting for the charity that he asks. Yeah, just like I was going into, man, just keeping that brother or sister, or that person that's constantly waiting for your help, man. But sometimes it'll be a blessing. Sometimes they're actually like patient though. It's like I've encountered that a few times. The person that I was helping, I was actually patient enough. He was like, listen, man, I don't got nothing but time. But you still feel bad. It's like, all right, man, I don't really want to keep you waiting, because I know I know things is like really rough for you. I'm really gonna try to get this done, because I do got somewhere to go, but I ain't going nowhere to, I do promise you, do what I promise you I would do, is give you this money or food or whatever, or this, or whatever you promise them. But verse 3, No, verse 4. Do not reject the appeal of someone in distress or turn your back from the poor. Yeah, man. When one begs for alms, do not look the other way. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. I still be kind of, still need to work on that time, man. Definitely, man. Definitely, because, it's like, you don't want to do that because that's why I was like one too early. It's just even the knowledge say, hey, let's listen. I don't have anything, because that'll just let them know, like, listen, I wish I had something to give you, but I don't got it. So verse 5. When one begs for alms, do not look the other way. So giving him a cause to curse you, for if he curses you, in his bitterness, his creator will hear his prayer. Um, I want to jump down to verse 8. When anyone who is poor speaks to you, give him your attention and answer his greeting courteously. Yeah, man. So, give cheerfully, as, Paul said. And, was basically saying same thing. Make conversation with him, man. That's one big thing I will try to do. I always try to make at least conversation with them, if I don't have anything. Because, that can make a long way. They'll actually know you, and you'll, like, know them. I know them, but you'll know them, and more just talk to them. Like, that's because that's most of the time, that's a lot of time my encounter, that's actually what they wanted. They just want the acknowledgement. They just want somebody, to talk to them, man. Because, because they just feel like, most times, like, when they're down in the state that they're in, it's like, well, damn, nobody's even acknowledging me. I don't have nobody to talk to, or this and that, man. They just need somebody just to talk to most of the time, man. So that's very true, man. So let's get Proverbs. I'll get Proverbs right quick. I don't think I've ever even read Samuel. The scripture I read Samuel in this joint. In this one, Proverbs 21. All right, Proverbs 21:13. Whosoever stops his ears at the cry of the helpless, will cry himself for help and not be answered. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. If you stop your ears to the poor and reject the poor, man, well, you can be in that state. And most I ain't gonna hear you, because it's like, look what you did when, to person, to actual poor person. Now you in that state. You think I'm gonna hear you? Think I'm gonna listen to you when you had the chance to actually give to? Now, if you end up, anything happens, in your life, and you end up in that state, I can hear you, because, like, look how, look how you treated, the poor person that came, like, before you were even in your state. Look how you treated the poor. But now that you're in your state, I'm gonna help you out during time. I'm gonna lift you out of that, because based off what you did, when you were on your feet and you help the poor. But now, if you didn't do it, it's like, I'm not gonna hear you, because look what you did. You had now that you're in that situation, now you want me to hear you, but you didn't do what was you didn't do what was required. You didn't try to help them. So, yeah, man. But I'm ready again. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 13. Whosoever stops his ears at the cry of the helpless, my bad. Whoso stops his ears at the cry of the helpless will cry for help and will not be answered. Yeah, man. So most I was like, listen, I ain't gonna hear you. I ain't gonna do nothing with you for that, man. Because you had your time. You, like, now you in that situation. Oh, so now now it's important now, because you're in that situation. But before, wasn't in a situation. Oh, it just didn't exist, or that was them. It's not important. But now you in that situation, it's important. So most I like. I was like, no, man. That's why I threw Solomon. Like, no, I ain't gonna deal with that. Proverbs 28:27. Let's get it. He who gives, my bad, I'm tripping. He who gives to the poor will never want, but he who turns a blind eye gets nothing but curses. Yeah, man. So, like we read it previously, man. So, if you constantly, give to the poor, give with the Most High, because honestly, man, all the money that we get, man, belongs to Christ and the Most High, man. It's their money, man. It all belongs to them, man. So, that's why the Most High said, and that's why, Solomon wrote this, man. He who gives to the poor, man, the Most High is going to continually give to him, man, because he knows what he's going to do with it, man. He's not the rich man that's, how should I talk about? But he who turns a blind eye and get nothing but curses, man. So, just like I read 21 and 13, Proverbs 21:13, man, you end up in that state, man, but you are going to end up getting curses because before you was end up in that state, or the poor didn't even matter to you, man. Or you gave one time and you thought like 20, 15 years ago or 30 years ago and thought that was it. Like, listen, I gave somebody back in 92 or back in 2007 or 2012 or I gave somebody, but back then, man, it's like, well, it's okay. So like that's it. Just it's consistent, man. What else? First Samuel. First Samuel. That's I'm gonna read how this reads. I think I read it. I probably didn't read it. No, Psalms. Let's get Psalms before that, cause I did. Trying to go in the order where I read these scriptures. Yeah, it don't matter, but I like to do that. Psalms 34:6. He who cried, here is one who cried out in his affliction, and the Lord heard him and saved him from all his troubles. I'm reading it again. Here is one who cried out in his affliction. The Lord heard him and saved him out of his troubles. So, this reads a little difference because, affliction, the Bible reads, in the poor state, but, affliction, can be anything, but that's part of it too. So, the Lord can save you out of it, and because he crying out to the Lord in those times, man. Acknowledging that you need him, and how shy he'll get you out of that, man. Definitely, that's going into the faith and whatnot, man. Something I'm still trying to work on, man. So let's get First Samuel. This is First Samuel 1. Samuel chapter 2 and 8. Let's get it. Okay. Samuel chapter 2 and 8. And it reads, he lifts the weak out of the dust and raises the poor from the refused heap, and to give them a place among the great, and to assign them seats of honor. The foundations of the earth are the Lord's, and he set the world upon them. I'm going to read it again. He lifts the weak out of the dust and raises the poor out of the refused heap, to give them a place among the great, and to assign them seats of honor. The foundations of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set the world upon them. Yeah, that's it. And that's it. I don't read verse 9 too much. But yeah, man, he raises the poor at the dunghills. It's kind of saying some similar. And this is my first time reading that. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Yeah, man, basically saying the same thing. He'll get you out of that state that you're in, man. Whatever poor state, low state that you're in, Yahweh, Most High, he can get you out of that, man. So, yeah, man, hopefully this is edifying, man. That's really in on that, man. But yeah, man, this is going into our conduct when we dealing with the poor among us. Just like how I said, the poor will always be among you, man. So, and it's in the law, to give to the poor, man. It's in the law, definitely. So definitely, I still gotta even work on that, and even when you give how to approach, how step by step how to do it, man. So don't make them wait too long, and give you because that's the worst feeling, man. And like when you're generally gonna do it too, but like when you but your line might be long, or you might take too long, or you might get caught up in something like getting food, or you might get caught up in something that you getting, or at the bank you might get caught with something else, but you then when you come out with the store that you're getting food from, or the bank, or whatever you're gonna get, they gone. It's like, well, damn, I already, and you say to yourself like, damn, I I actually was going to really do what I said, but they took too long. Then kind of made the needy way too long. It's like now they're going kind of then make more haste to do that, man. That's get a bad feeling. I know I get a bad feeling from that. I know y'all do too get a bad feeling from that, and also like when you even get to them, have conversations with them, man. Might just sit like how Christ did, sit down and eat with them, public in the sin, but still sit down and eat with them, have a meal with them, or if you bought them food, or if you gave them money or whatnot, just have a conversation with them too, man. Just because sometimes you might be on the go, so it's kind of different. Sometimes you really might be somewhere and handle something, so you might just have to give what you give and go. But if you got time, um, if you got time, man, just try to even sit and talk to them. Because most times, so they just want a conversation, man. That's it. They want to bow your ear to them, man. So, yeah, man. So that's really I've been meaning to do this video for a minute now, actually for a while now, because uh, through like different things that happen, regarding this, it kind of inspired me to do to cover this topic, man. So hopefully y'all got some edification out of this. So peace.